but I know better. Next day, man got bow. Gun got done 2 this week. That's and First team in the flesh and mate manly. Gang do shit on the and ski. How many man? Let's see. Gang put it on the neck when man done chinged up. And then both to the knee bar. Man just left to the media. They said to get out and but made the W and W. Anything green get wild, then hola. No better. Excellent finish. Mo Salah said that I'm on camera. On camera. They want me in the bin 4 summers. They've been 4 summers.
We good?
You good?
got the levels.
We've got the levels, yeah, testing levels. This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle Team in association with MTK Global with the JD Sports Come Alive party. Delighted to be joined by 2-time world champion. No, I wasn't saying it out, I was just stating a fact. 2-time world champion Anthony Joshua. Nice to see you got your hair cut.
Nice to see you got your haircut as well. Yeah. All for the JD Christmas party.
Absolutely. How's the last week been for you since you've come back from Saudi Arabia?
Just been catching up with like all my partners in the commercial world. Just like work stuff outside of boxing. I think it's always good to promote the sport I love. Talking about what we went through globally. Hopefully it gets the message across and more eyes to the sport. That's what we do. So when I train, I fight, I put on a show, and outside of the boxing, I promote boxing and just tie it all in. And then when I get into the ring next, hopefully it's a big event, so it all works out.
After your defeat on June the 1st, it's well publicised that you literally made not one excuse about the defeat. You just said Andy Ruiz won, you didn't, that was it. Andy Ruiz, after that fight, did come up with some, I'm not going to call them excuses, but reasons why he lost the fight. Said that he'd partied kind of during a period after the fight. What did you make of his comments about why he lost the fight?
What did I make of it? I think, as you said, right, everyone's going to look for reasons which we tend to call excuses. Hence why I have my own reasons. Everyone has their reasons why things don't go well. Whether it's your relationship, whether it's you failing an exam, there's always a reason. But in our terms, we call them excuses. Whether they are excuses or reasons, what I made of it is he wants to validate why he lost to himself, number one, and to the world. Because in boxing, when it goes peak tongue, you've got to face the world, mate. You've got to face the world. And if they're searching for answers, people just want to, they can come up with anything they want. So sometimes you just try and put a full stop in it. But I think sometimes it's just best to take it like a man. And I thought through my loss, it showed that sometimes you just take it on the chin and then you just keep it moving. But he done it a different way. And I think people can make up their mind in the space of a year, 2 ends of the spectrum, what they think is best for a fighter to do when they take their loss.
You're in a situation now where there's obviously the well-publicised 2 mandatories that have kind of been put on you now. Yeah. Is it more likely that we will see the Pulev fight ahead of the Usyk fight? There's
no reason as to why. For me, do I get to choose? I get to choose.
Well, I don't know. I just suppose it's, something's got to be worked out with the WBO and IBF to who your first mandatory will be. But we're kind of assuming that will be Kubrat Pulev.
Well, I think what it is that, so there's WBO, IBO, WBA, IBF, right? And then what happens is that each one of those have got a higher ranking as a governing body, i.e. the WBC have their own rankings above this one and the IBF have their own rankings above that governing body. So the governing bodies, IBF and WBO, are now in position to see who ranks higher. So they put their mandatory position first, and that's basically how the rules are. So people can YouTube or Google how the rankings work and how valuable each governing body is. So that's how each belt becomes more powerful than the other.
If you had a preference that who you would fight out of your mandatories first, do you have a preference, or whoever it is?
I actually do have a preference, but I don't want to disrespect the other.
Come on, you can't say that and not say who it is.
Why? Because the preference I have is the better fighter. On paper, both solid fighters, but the one that I would preference is the better fighter. And the reason I don't want to say is because I think through my mistake last year, it's easy to overlook people, and I've got to put them both in my mind as killers. So yeah, people know what they think. People know what they know. I think what I think is right, and I'll go with the tougher one out of the two.
All right, so no disrespect to Kubrat Pulev, but we're assuming that you mean Alexander Usyk.
They're both solid fighters, G.
Oh,
They're
God.
both. You know what? Actually, Alexander Usyk has achieved more. Gold medalist, cruiserweight, undisputed champion, come up to heavyweight. So yeah, he's got a good solid record. So I'll go with Usyk because of how good he is.
Okay. Some much publicised comments that you made on Sky Sports today.
Sometimes, when I look back at some of the shit I say, I think, why did I say that?
All right, let's talk about this because there's been a response from
We're
time.
going to talk about it.
We are, because
publicised things to talk about.
you offered to go into camp, which sounds bizarre. Do you refuse to go into camp with Tyson Fury to help him prepare for Wilder, which he accepted?
Fury's a world-class fighter. And I'm a world-class fighter that's still trying to improve so I can become a elite level fighter while I'm fighting. Sparring Fury is only going to do me good, right? In my opinion. So I'm never too big for my boots where I can't learn anymore. So that opportunity for me to spar Fury is for my own benefit as well. And the reason why I thought about it and why it come to fruition for me is because I feel like if Fury was to win that fight, I think he would be more inclined to fight me next and quicker than Wilder would. So how long I've been waiting to fight for the championship belt, I think if Fury had it, me and him would have got a deal done already now. So that's why I was rooting for Fury to win, because I just want to fight and collect my last belt.
So you believe that he beats Wilder on the 22nd of Feb?
If I was a betting man, yeah, I'd think that Fury wins. I believe so.
What did you make of Wilder's comments towards you after you won and said that you ran away from Ruiz to win the fight?
Well, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and some people say it was one of the best performances that they've seen. They never thought I could do something like that. A lot of people that ripped me off said they're really humbled and they eat their words. Some people like Wilder may say I may have run, so you take each comment with a pinch of salt, but the thing is I'm sitting here as a champion, and that's all that matters.
I know I can't feel like I'm always kind of being hurried, but we're going here. You did state the other day that you want this undisputed fight with Wilder.
This is the thing, right? Why it was even better when I wasn't champion, because I didn't have that type of pressure about that type of stuff. I want it. As I say, take the belts aside, strip me of all my belts, strip Wilder of his belts. I'll still fight Wilder. I don't really care. I just want to fight whoever. That's what I say. You ask me who do I want to fight. I'll fight whoever's the best opponent out of the two. I'll go out to spar Fury because it's great learning. I'll fight Wilder because he's one of the best fighters in the world. It's not just about the belts either. It's about just fighting the best. So yeah, whether I fight Wilder or not, you know what I've been trying to do for a long time. We've been speaking about it for over a year or two now, and you know where my head's at with it. It's a competition that I would welcome.
Just finally,
where would that fight be held?
Where do you want it to be held? We want it to be in the UK.
80,000, 100,000 people, or somewhere else that is a stadium for 15,000 people. Do you know what I mean? It makes sense here, so I'm just trying to do what makes sense. That's probably what's holding it up, is because we want it here, obviously broadcasters, but we have to look at what makes sense and who the biggest draw is in the division. And sometimes you've got to go to the other side of the pond to get that work.
For the first year in your career, you didn't fight in the UK in 2019. Your fights were in America and Saudi Arabia. Do you believe in 2020 you will at least have one fight in the UK?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Maybe two. But yeah, definitely in 2020 I'll be fighting back on home soil. You miss me?
We missed you, baby.
It's good to be back. It's good. Well, my belts... they took a trip to see if the grass was greener on the other side, so I had to do a bit of travelling, go search for them, and I brought her back home. So it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back, back at Finchley, and I can't wait to get up GB Boxing, hype the boys up before the Olympics and stuff like that. I'm just glad that the belts are back home. It means a lot to the people who stuck by me, who believed in me.
Did you... All right, like literally the last one. Yeah. Did you find after June the 1st that people kind of dropped off you when you won the belts back? They're back on you. Did you?
No,
you
no,
must
not
have.
back on. No, they're still off. I've got like a a good support base and a good base that doesn't support, but it creates for great conversation. And one thing I do know is that with all the support and all the following that we've gathered over the years, you know, it's great when you're winning, but when I lost, I have to take a lot of the shit that comes with it as well. I couldn't expect everyone to be singing my praises when I win. Then when I lose, it's like, everyone, keep the noise down. I don't want to hear any criticism. You've got to take the good with the bad, and it goes hand in hand. So there are people that are still in that position, and they're waiting for me. They're waiting for me. And same way, the people that support me are waiting for other people to mess up. And it's just great for the boxing enthusiastics and the debates, mate. We need more of it. And that's why I do these interviews with you when I'm not training, so we can promote the sport we all love. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah? Anything else before we wrap up?
Well, I'll just say well done on your subscribers.
Listen, Coog, I'll be honest with you, mate. I didn't want to bring it up, do you know what I mean? But since we are, can we get a drum roll?
Can I just say one thing? Andy Bell waited on your YouTube channel till your subscribers hit 558, which is exactly the same subscribers as IFL, and then text me. He just text me, mate, that was it.
That's it, mate. And you knew exactly what he was talking about. So like, subscribe, comment on my channel, please. And please get me to 600,000. And also, to all my followers, make sure you go and like, subscribe, and comment for KUGAN as well. This man has been supporting me from my Meriden Estate days, from day one. I appreciate it. I respect it. Yeah, so it's the same way you support me. Make sure you're supporting this man, the best in the business, the most dedicated, I would say. You like that,
Top man. I do like that, but I appreciate it, and it's a compliment to us that we're kind of even competing with your YouTube channel, to be honest. What? I'm being honest.
You're rating yourself now, innit?
I do rate myself. You've got to rate yourself. If no one else does, you've got to rate yourself.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So keep it going, because it's only going to get better for you, man. Look, watch out as well. The new age Olympians are coming through, and they're the type of people you've got to start tapping into, because there's a good batch of fighters coming through. Yeah?
Anthony Joshua, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Shout out JD Sports, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Oh, you see?
Top man, go on.
Here, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to stay on a strict diet. Temptation.
He is special. Absolute dynamite.